Are you a good driver? Yes. Are you a good lover? Yes. Oh, I'm doing great.
Dad, those are just the names of the quizzes. You're supposed to open the magazine.
My way is easier.
Why don't you be the Quizmaster and ask other people the questions?
Ooh, Quizmaster, yes. That would entertain me briefly.
Ladies, gentlemen, Dorcas, welcome to a very special bonus episode of Sabrina's Witch Trials because, folks, we're back once again for another confabulating challenge of the Quizmaster. And yes, indeed, I have brought back one of the Quizmaster's favorite challengees to hex her with horribly difficult questions to find out a little bit about herself, a little bit about the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and truly a little bit about all of us. I'm Alex Araujo, if I didn't say that, folks, and joining me today on the Challenge of the Quizmaster, my pupil, my challengee, it's Cris Araujo. Cris is here. Cris, how you doing?
Okay.
I'm sure everyone at home is just shocked.
I know. This one again?
I know. In part because you're the only person that so far I've put out Challenge of the Quizmasters with.
Yeah.
There are other ones recorded, but those will be out at a later date. But seeing as the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina premiered just over a week ago when we're recording this, of course, BuzzFeed has drowned our news feeds with various quizzes helping us to figure out just about everything about ourselves in relation to the Chilling Adventures. So I thought, what better time to make a little fire content, as you know I love to do, than right now. So let's grab some mics and let's put you to the test. And this time we'll be finding out, Cris, whether you are more Aunt Hilda or Aunt Zelda from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And the subtitle to this is spooky. Just the word spooky.
They were really, really going in for that subtitle.
Indeed.
What's your estimation? Like, what are you thinking?
What do I think you will be?
Yeah.
I think you will lean more Hilda.
Well, duh. I'm not a fucking asshole.
But again, we've often spoken about these BuzzFeed last end of the quiz.
They always make everyone positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These end of the quiz
Everyone
comment
has
sections
their
where it's
positives.
Zelda's a bad bitch. She doesn't take guff from no one, and she gets sex from whenever she wants it, with whipping included.
Flogging possible.
Yes. After this, folks, look forward to our next quiz. Which member of the Sabrina orgy are you? Fingers crossed.
I'm shocked BuzzFeed hasn't made that one yet.
Next week. Come back next week for that one.
And then the subtitle is just spooky. Join us, Sabrina.
It's still spooky.
It's just that join us, Sabrina.
Yes, Nick Scratch.
Yep.
God, no one wants to be Nick Scratch in his weird light gray boxers. God, come on, Nick.
No one wants to be him?
No, God.
Why not?
You know you're going to an orgy. You wear the nicest underwear you have. You don't wear your old fucking worn out boxers.
Were they worn out, or are you just making them worn out? They looked perfectly new.
I will show you a photo.
I highly doubt that the production team, the costumers, gave him old underwear
for
the orgy scene.
But remember the aesthetic of this show. Everything has to look old, including Nick Scratch's dirty skivvies.
Old in terms of aesthetic, styling, but not Dorcas with her high-waisted panties, but not
Dorcas is
old as in these panties have been around for 20 years,
we all
in
need
the back
more
of a
Dorcas
closet.
in our lives. No, they were pretty old man. Not only they look like they came off an old man, by which I mean he's been wearing them for 20 years. I'll show you after the show. But Cris, are you ready?
I'll show you after the show.
I'll show you. We'll take a fun look. And if there's time, we'll take this how typical are your vagina habits quiz.
No thanks. I'm good.
I will, of course, answer
Al wants to know about his own.
I just wonder sometimes.
Yeah.
Who do you think you're going to be, Cris?
Hilda, probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I would be upset either way.
It would be
fun.
Because
I think that's the thing. There's a positive in either one. I mean, I don't associate myself with Zelda very much. Not this iteration of Zelda, but yeah, it's I ain't got no time for no one else's drama. I'm just gonna live my life and do my thing. That's Zelda.
Is it?
Yeah.
She's very snappy.
Yeah, she is.
I'm just going to smoke out of this ring and no one can tell me what to do. Cancer is not a thing. It really is, folks. Quit smoking.
I'm just going to murder my sister because I'm not
That's right.
in the mood to deal with her shenanigans.
She doesn't take anything from anyone, including family, who she kills.
Yeah.
All right. You ready, Chris?
Yep.
9 questions here, all to determine your fate, whether or not I bury you in the backyard. Here we go. Question 1, Chris. Choose an element. We've got fire, air, water, and, of course, Oreos.
Earth.
No, it's Earth.
That's hard. It's hard because I'm a fire sign, so I'm like, fire, because I'm fire.
Yes.
But
and also, you know how much we all love fire content.
I say earth because that's the one I connect to most.
Perfect. Earth it is.
Water scares me.
Tall trees, yes.
I can't swim.
Nobody can swim.
And I'm afraid of drowning.
In our family. We will all die one day when the sea levels are too high.
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, we'll all be dead by then anyway, but that's besides the point. All right, choose a bedroom here, Chris. So you got 4 photos. I'm going to describe them. One is a very sleek and modern ordeal. It's pretty modern.
3 of them are modern.
They are,
and I
modern.
want the non-modern one. Thank you.
Hold on. So there's one that has a gray wall. You've got like a tan bed frame, a big like picture of just white. So this is obviously some sort of Aryan bedroom. And there's some wicker in that one. Then there's a very dark, manlier one. Dark black plank walls. What kind of bed is this? A platform bed, I suppose?
Kind of looks like it.
And then also with dark linens. Then we've got one that has a lot of nature outside, big windows behind the bed. Very similar, very IKEA, I would say. This furniture looks a lot like IKEA.
But like a lot of it has to do with the enormous windows that like you just see trees through.
Yes. And a lot of white in that room also. And then in the 4th one here, we have what looks like basically those forklift pallets, yes, under a bed. Also a brick wall being used as the headboard here, partially, I suppose. And then you have a giant window, but it's a roof light. What do they call the
skylight? But it's like it's kind of like
it's a skylight on a pitched roof. So like one of the walls is pitched, and that's where the light is coming in right to the bed, which seems like an awful thing to have in the morning, but that's just me.
For anyone who's looking at this quiz online, Al is going in a clockwise order rather than going like 1, 2, 3, 4 the way you read.
Yes. Also, I think
which is also confusing.
I think I described them pretty accurately.
You did, but like I feel like if someone's looking at it, they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because
they'll just go, "Oh, Al's talking about
just
this
for reference,
one now."
This is why. Okay,
pick a fucking bedroom, Chris.
I choose 3, which is the one with the pitched roof.
All right, Chris wants this like bums because it looks like a crack den.
Okay, but shut up. I would mostly I would be a mix of 1 and 3, but I like 3 because I like the brick, I like the light. Obviously, I would have an actual bed and not a fucking pallet. I like the rug. Like, I would just make it not look so
crack denny.
The goal is to look bohemian. I would have it as a middle ground between 1 and 3.
And there's nothing more bohemian than a crippling drug addiction.
I think 4 is really nice too, but also I can't deal with windows that big that are not covered. Like,
but I mean,
it's
not
beautiful
like you have neighbors.
And great light, and like imagine the photos I could take, but also like no, cover that shit up.
Okay, so you're going with the last one.
Yes.
I said 4, as it should be called,
which is wrong, but yeah.
Choose a form of divination. Divination. Okay, I threw an A in there.
Someone did not read or watch Harry Potter.
Okay. Some of these I'm not going to read, so I'm just going to read the descriptions of them. Examination of entrails.
Oh, you mean because they're all really difficult words to say?
Honestly, I haven't put enough effort into getting ready for this to actually have to like go to Google, put this in the English part of the Translate Google app, and then just have it read it to me. Anyway, examination of entrails, tea leaf reading, interpretation of omens, or Gazing into reflective objects or surfaces. That's what I do most days. I'm a bird. I'm a small bird.
Okay, so definitely not the first or scrying, like gazing into reflective objects. So neither one of those. Because I don't like looking at reflective objects, and I don't like examining entrails.
And really, that is most of my weekends.
I think interpretation of omens is cool because you kind of just examine the things that are already there in life.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also feel like that would just feed my paranoia.
Sure.
Everything is something. So I'm going to go with tea leaf reading for my own sanity.
Tea leaf reading it is. What a boring thing you'll be doing.
Yep.
Okay, so when you're done with your tea, I'll look at the leaves and tell you your fortune.
I didn't know you read tea leaves.
Oh, yeah, I've done it for years. I actually stopped because I was so accurate. You know, and you know, one of the great joys of life is its wondrous unpredictability, you know? And also tea tends to give me the trots.
Okay, choose a type of familiar. Here we go, Chris. Would you like
Mammal.
All right. Let me read the less
No,
interesting ones that you're not
mammal.
going to pick.
I don't want the other ones. No, who the fuck is picking insect or fish?
I mean, it's not technically an insect, but in the show, Hilda has spiders.
Yeah, but like, I don't want none.
As where Zelda has was it Lavender Tom? Vinegar Tom.
Fucking stuffed looking dog.
All right, so reptile, fish, insect, or mammal.
Mammal.
You're going with mammal. Very good choice.
Sabrina, you need to pick a familiar before your dark baptism. The council sent the registry. I've indicated a few suitable options. Now, there's a very handsome hedgehog, a noble-looking owl. Vinegar Tom would happily welcome another dog.
Which do you value most, Chris? Loyalty, empathy, stability, or Oreos? Intimacy. Which is one and the same for me.
Yeah.
All the licking involved. And then there's the Oreos. Hey! Sorry. I wholeheartedly apologize to the listenership.
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
More so than stability.
It's hard. Like, I think of both of those similarly. Like, one of the most important things to me is like consistency with people and like reliability. And I think for that reason, it kind of falls somewhere between loyalty and stability. But it's not so much about like a financial stability or like that kind of thing. So for that reason, I'm leaning more towards loyalty.
Mm-hmm. So loyalty it is.
Yeah.
Perfect. Choose a magical class, Chris. Here we go. Herbology, the study of old white men.
Astronomy.
You know what? Hey, you just want to host and
No,
answer?
I'm also answering.
Perfect. Okay. Astronomy, the study of Astro Boy. History of magic. That's, history of magic. There's no funny thing there. Care of magical creatures. So, again, back to old white men. The most magical creatures of all. A lie. Chris, what strikes your fancy here?
Astronomy.
Astronomy it is. We then go to something Chris has recently gotten interested in, and it's really annoying.
Recently, in like the last 2 years.
Yeah, recent. You're pretty old. Choose a crystal, Chris. Choose a crystal.
Scroll down.
Amethyst, which is very purpley in this photo.
It's always purpley.
Calcite. Celicite. Calcite.
Celestite.
Perfect. Fluoride. Nope, that's fluoride.
Satellite.
Toothpaste.
Satellite's actually my favorite.
Satellite.
It's one of my favorite stones.
I see.
That's my choice.
Perfect. It's a very dark blue stone.
Mm-hmm, with speckles of white.
And black.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Earth.
And so, and fluorite actually comes in many colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's green fluorite.
Wow. Still doesn't have, we make a joke about it, does it?
I have pink and I have green and black, maybe?
Folks, I'm going to excuse this because this is the only time Chris ever gets the humble brag about her
My crystal
weird
collection.
rock collection.
It is vast. Thank you.
And pathetic, yes. Choose a magical ability. Here comes the good stuff, Chris.
This is the stuff we want.
Healing, shape shifting, telepathy, or telepathy if you're wrong, and necromancy.
You literally went in just any order.
I chose
reading these.
It doesn't matter, okay? I'm just giving you choices.
Counterclockwise, clockwise, doesn't matter to you, does it?
You'll do whatever you want. You renegade.
Healing is my choice.
Interesting.
Yeah, because what's going to be the most useful?
Necromancy.
I don't give a shit. You dead? Goodbye, bitch.
No, but you get to flirt with a bunch of necks.
Okay. Shapeshifting? I don't want to. That's too much trouble.
I don't want to turn into an owl.
Shapeshifting could be fun. I think that would probably be my second choice. Telepathy? Knowing things before they happen? Like,
how can you say that? That's not instantly the most valuable of all of them.
Yeah, but
because you wouldn't have to heal anyone if you knew they were going to get injured.
Everyone knows that just because you know something's going to happen doesn't mean you can prevent it from happening.
No,
or that you're going to know exactly how it's going to happen so that you can prevent it.
No, but you can make a lot of money.
You really know exactly what's going to happen. You just know this is going to happen, but you don't know, like, oh, Al's going to stub his foot, but you don't know that Al's going to stub his foot murdering some, like, evil man that's going to destroy the world. So he needs to hurt his foot because I think you're more focused on the Al stubbing his foot part of that and not the Al stopping an evil man from destroying the world part. Yeah, but what if all I see is you stubbing your foot and I'm like, Al, don't go here because you're going to stub your foot. But you have to go there because you're going to, like, save the world by doing it. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to click healing. See? And then we're going to move on, okay? Well, point well argued, Chris. I totally believe you. Stupid. So healing, thank you. Healing it is. We've got one last question. Probably lame, but I don't care. You guys can suck it.
When I was young, I spent several years at a private school where I was told I would be taught to harness my mutant abilities. Turned out it was a con man copying Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters from the X-Men comic books. Took me years to figure out that it was a con. Some people never figured it out.
Oh, I have a few powers. Night hearing, dogs understand where I point, and our training included picking carrots, scrubbing tubs, sewing imitation Levi's, a lot of telemarketing. We've got one last question, which is why I've hidden the screen from Chris, so as not to show her the results.
I thought you just, like, dropped the ball, quite honestly.
To be fair, that would be more accurate.
You stopped casting.
Chris, you've got 4 colors to choose from, okay? This color will determine it all in many ways. Whew. You've got, and I'm going to go in any order I want.
Because I can't see
That's
now.
Right. How do you know where I'm going? Yellow, green, purple, or red?
Just choose a color?
Literally, it says choose a color. You can use
red
whatever logic you like.
Red.
Red is Chris's choice, and here we go, folks. Get ready, because whilst she thought she was a Hilda, she's a Zelda all along. Good lord.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
I'm not lying. You are Zelda.
I'm not lying.
Put a little fun little twist in there for you. Chris got Zelda Spellman.
Praise Satan! I'm young again.
Praise Satan.
Yes. Protective and practical. You are a dependable presence to those around you. Logic and order generally rule your decision-making, but you won't tolerate injustice. You find comfort in tradition and family, and are more tender than you prefer to let on.
Okay, I could see that. I think it was because I chose red. I was going to choose green, but also, like, red. I feel like I wear a lot of neutrals, and the one color that I like, if I had to choose a pop, it would be red. So then I was like, maybe I should just go with red because personal style choices.
The healing is obviously more towards Hilda, I would say.
Yeah. That's literally, like, one of my favorite crystals. So Sodalite. Astronomy, I don't know what that really means to either one. I've never looked to see how you pronounce it. I just read it the way I think.
Loyalty, I would say, is something that's very important to Zelda, the character. Loyalty to her family. Well, her family's loyalty to her.
I guess empathy and intimacy are probably more Hilda.
Mammal, we talked about Vinegar Tom. Tea leaf reading, I mean, that seems like it would be more down Hilda's domain, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Entrails is probably Zelda.
That bedroom is not Zelda at all.
That's Hilda.
Like, it's neither of them, but like this is the blackish one is obviously the Zelda one.
Yeah.
Earth, I could
Probably
see.
Hilda.
Yeah, that would be more Hilda too. She has a lot of plant life going on, but alas, this is what BuzzFeed gives us. Cris, are you happy with your result of being a badass bitch witch?
Yeah, I'm happy. I think I would have been happy either way.
Of course.
Really.
In many ways, this was pointless to make from the beginning. But we did it anyway, and we did it under 20 minutes, and that's really what counts when you're making fire content like this. Cris, thank you so much for being here on Challenge of the Quizmaster.
No problem.
The Trials of Cris, lest we forget.
The most epic of series.
Absolutely. The one that no one will listen to.
That no one will miss.
Just like the epic Hercules show, which more people watch that. That was a good show. Not like this. Not like this.
Good job. Good job with that comparison.
But if you want to hear more from Cris and truly read more from Cris and find out what's going on with her, you can always check her out on chrisconquers.com, CrisConquers.com. No H in Cris or Conkers in those, as I just pointed out. Also follow her on Instagram and Twitter at Cris Conquers, spelled the same way, without a .com at the end. And truly, if you're not following us already, burn in hell. But more accurate,
Praise Satan.
Praise Satan, Lord below.
The Dark Lord himself.
Fuck him, honestly. He's so mean. he's a bad guy.
He's so mean, forcing people to sign his damn book.
Honestly. Signatures are hard. You should be following us is my point here, folks. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook and Instagram at Sabrina's Witch Trials, and Twitter at Sabrina Podcast. Also, follow us everywhere you listen to podcasts like this, and it's truly where you're listening to it right now. And check us out on YouTube also. A lot of fun videos going up there. Always fun, always worth a look. There might be some Easter egg videos coming out as soon as I get my ass in gear and make them, because fuck, there are a lot of Easter eggs in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And a lot of them are pretty tenuous. I will say that. So a lot of it is me going, do I want to put this in? Do I want to actually have to talk about this stupid connection for 25 seconds?
Yeah.
But
talk about all the bullshit.
Then the video gets too long and people don't want to watch it as much.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then if you don't include things, people in the comments will be like,
that's fine.
But what about this?
Yeah, they turn into, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Porky Pig?
Some sort of Martian?
Porky Pig?
Porky Pig is,
yeah,
I guess, where that was going. But we'll stop it before it gets there. Cris, thank you one last time for being
welcome.
on the Challenge of the Quizmaster. You're never coming back. And until next time, I will say that we will see you all in the other realm.
Well, even if we can't use his flesh, we still need blood for Sabrina's baptism, and human blood is always preferable, so the timing couldn't be more perfect. Hellishly so.